Hey, what is going on, everybody out there? This is Jakejames Lugo. Welcome to the channel and welcome to this brand new unboxing and impressions video. We're going to be taking a look at this book here by Scullion, the Sega, Mega Drive, and Genesis Encyclopedia. It's a look at every single game that's been released for the Sega Genesis, aka the Mega Drive, as well as also the 32X and the Mega CD. Now, of course, many of you know, if you've been following me for years, I'm a huge Genesis fan. I've done videos about my love for the Genesis, as well as also it being my very first video game console that I ever played. But we're going to take a look at this book and see if it actually has a lot of great stuff about it. And, you know, just an observation of just the entire Genesis library. So as I'm opening up this thing, let me know in the comments down below some of your favorite Genesis games, or if you're a big Genesis fan as well, besides myself, talk to me about that below in the comments section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're almost close to 3,000 subs, which is pretty dope, but let's see if we could kind of smash that expectation and do that. But anyway, let's take a look at the book here, open it up. And yeah, I've been looking forward to like checking this out for quite a while, because again, I'm just a big fan of anything just Genesis or Mega Drive related. Of course, we got a forward, we got all this other stuff, introduction by Scullion. Now, Chris, I know I've looked really briefly before the book came in. This book is the third in a series which he's done for the Super Nintendo as well as also the NES. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does other ones. I think he's working on one for the Nintendo 64. I could be wrong, but here we go. This is the type of stuff I like to see. Now, this is a magazine cutout. Again, I'm going to bring this up a little bit closer so you guys could see it. This is a magazine cutout. I'm trying to adjust the lighting here. Of a magazine ad for some of the first promos of the Mega Drive, which, again, this is based on the UK, advertisement for the Mega Drive, which is the original pack-in that came with Altered Beast. So you can see here, they got a couple other games. Which ones do they have in there? They have Ghouls and Ghosts, which I have, Golden Axe, Rambo 3, Truxton, Thunder Force 2, and Revenge of Shinobi, which is nice. And then this same box, again, I have to bring this up to the camera, this same box here, this is the Mega Drive edition, but I had something similar to this, which looked a little bit different here in the States for the Sega Genesis in the United States, back in like 1989, I believe it was. So yeah, we get a little bit of a description of, you know, more stuff here. This is the ad I remember seeing all the time. Like, people's like passing this around and stuff, which shows Altered Beast, as well as also a couple other games in there. Because this is the Genesis specific one, which, in my opinion, looks a little bit better than the other one. The scans in here, I will say, in the book, it's a little hard to see in the camera, but the scans look like they're taken directly from magazine print, or at least a magazine article or ad, and you can see like the little paste marks from, I guess, the glue on the magazine or whatnot right in the center, which I appreciate, keeping things like super authentic, because obviously it's not the best way to look at stuff like that, but it is like how it was, you know, all these years later. Like, it's like 30 plus years that some of this stuff has been around, right? So anyway, let's get to the games. Now, I love seeing stuff like this, okay? Genesis does it all. Genesis does what Nintendo. So we got arcade games, we got sports games, action games, strategy and puzzle games, which is weird seeing Dick Tracy in here, because I thought Dick Tracy was a shooting game, from my understanding. It's a little weird. Wrestle Wars in there, that's a little goofy. But anyway, it's cool seeing all this different stuff. I do wish that maybe these things were maybe a little bit higher quality from like it's on the pages. Chris does have like a whole bunch of text here, which I'm going to read through on my own time. Not going to go through all that now. Talking, I guess, about like specific games, a large number of Mega Drive and Genesis games had different titles in North America and Europe. Given that this book will be available in both regions, I've listed each game by their title best known for where possible, which is good. I know that one of the examples, I remember him doing a video about it, where when it got to Beyond Oasis, it's also known as the Story of Thor, which I believe he has it listed in here as the Story of Thor as opposed to Beyond Oasis, but I could be wrong on that. We'll get to it when we can. Now, looking at the games, from what I could tell here, I do say my biggest criticism, which I know he's talked about, and I've seen like other people mention this, the screenshots are very small. There's a lot of games to get through in here, which again, I'm going to put up here. As you could tell, the images here are very freaking small. And it's a little tough, like when you have it up to your face like this, you'll be able to see them a little bit better. But I do wish that we got bigger layouts for some of the bigger games. Like, granted, a lot of these aren't really like huge games. Like, some of these are like third-party stuff, because we got the Adventures of Batman and Robin, Real Monsters. Like, I love stuff like this. This is what I want to see with Afterburner 2. I love seeing stuff like this, but I want it to be even a little bit bigger. Like, for me, Afterburner 2 is something like you would have like half a page or a full page on. which I'm guessing when we get to some of the bigger games, look, Aladdin on Sega Genesis, huge game, even though it was third party. A lot of people still swear this is the best version of the game, which is the truth. We got Alien 3. But, like, I love the bigger displays, like Altered Beast. Like, we get a half a page of Altered Beast, but with it being such an important game in the Genesis, like, history, I would have a full page spread, which, again, could have been a number of reasons why that didn't happen, because, you know, saving for space, money, and a whole bunch of other stuff, because there's a lot of games to get through here. I would have had a full page of Altered Beast, or even 2 pages, because arguably, even though the game is not that great for a lot of people, it's still a massively important game in the Genesis history. And looking on here in 1989, talked about Neff, a whole bunch of little facts. I do appreciate the facts, though, for each one of these games. Every game gets a fact from what we've seen so far, which is good. I like seeing stuff like that. A little bit of, like, you know, overview for some of these games. Again, if you had more space devoted to them, like a full page or even a half a page for some of these games, I feel like you get a little bit more into some more of their history and other stuff. And also, again, the benefit of showing the screenshots a little bit better as opposed to just being, like, so small. Because these little thumbnails, granted, the games are, like, in, what, 480p? Less than that, not even. You know, some of them are very small on display, but I want to be able to see these images without being, like, all up in the face of the actual book. Or having the book all up in my face. Back to the Future 3, if you're a big AVGN fan, that's definitely a game you probably are very familiar with, especially with the music. Balls 3D. This is a game, by the way, Balls. This is going to be a game I review one day on the channel, because I have a lot to say about this. This is one of the worst fighting games, period. Like, straight up. And I played this first on the Sega Genesis, and it's horrible. It's as bad, if not worse, than freaking Shaq Fu. Remember I said that. We'll discuss that one day. We'll get to it one day. But we got a bunch of other games in here. Look, now we start getting into the Batman games, which I reviewed a bunch of the Batman games on here, or at least I've put them on display here on the channel. We've got Batman 1989, which was released in 91, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, Batman Revenge of the Joker, and we saw the other adventures of Batman and Robin beforehand. Again, as I'm going through all this stuff, again, I'm going to read some of this, you know, having grown up with some of those Batman games, read that later. But as I'm going through all this, my same little criticisms is still here. Look, Biohazard Battle. That's a game that I think I had the intention of covering it on the channel, but I never got to actually play it. I'm going to have to revisit that one day. But my main criticism here is that, you know, besides like these few instances where there's larger screenshots, it's just a little tough to see some of the games. Granted, this is an encyclopedia. This isn't an all-encompassing book on every single game in the Genesis library. I will say, like, this is in the same spirit as the ones that I got from Geek Line Publishing. If you guys remember, I've reviewed them here on the channel, where we've seen a bunch of the different books from them, where they cover the PlayStation, the N64, the GameCube, the Super Nintendo, the NES, where they get really in-depth for some of those games. This is in the same vein or the same spirit of that, but just this one doesn't go as much into them, because there's so many. I would have loved it to be, again, more of like these half pages, more full pages if possible, but that's just me. It's good that it's Castlevania, though, by the way. So, as I'm going through this, again, I'm starting to see like more of the same thing throughout. And it's going to be like that throughout the entirety of the book. So, let me kind of skip through until we get to like some of the bigger, hold on, let me see that there. Disney Collection. Which Disney Collection was that? Did it have... oh yeah, Quackshot and Illusion, Castle of Illusion. Yeah, that's like a compilation thing. Donald and Maui Mallard. I said that wrong. Look, here's a game that I feel like should get like a full page. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, because I remember seeing that everywhere, and that was a big deal. We got Dragon the Bruce Lee story, by the way, which is awesome. But let's get to like some of the bigger Genesis games. Where's Ghouls and Ghosts? Hold on, let's go all the way to G. Here we are. We're in G. I see Ghostbusters, which, by the way, arguably the best Ghostbusters game ever released for a lot of people. It's better than the NES or, was it other Ghostbusters games? Here we go, look at this. Ghouls and Ghosts, one of the launch titles on the Genesis, or at least the one that was around launch time, and it only gets like a quarter of a page. It's like, that's a damn shame to me. Golden Axe, though, rightfully so, gets a half a page, because Golden Axe is a huge deal. But Ghouls and Ghosts, I would have given a half page. I would have moved Gods over to another thing, because Ghouls and Ghosts is a very big game. Now, I could partially say maybe that's my biasness, because I reviewed the game, and I've played it many times here on the channel, but still. Same thing, Golden Axe 2, like, there's a lot of, like, stuff that I would just give it more. Gunstar Heroes is another one I would have given a full page for, especially with how beautiful that game looks. it's another thing. But anyway, let's get to Sonic, or even before then, Gynog. Okay, or yeah, Gynog, which is also known as Wings of War. Here in the channel is another one I would have given. There we go. So you can see, you got right there. Look, that screenshot is so dark too. It's like, ugh. You know, I would have done things a little bit differently. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. But let's get to Sonic. Okay, I want to get to see how the Sonic games are, because I'm going to look through all this on my own time, because there's a lot in here that I just kind of want to peruse and actually look through. Let's get to S. Or better yet, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker gets a half a page, which is good because that's another one specifically for their partnership with Michael Jackson, Sega. That was a big deal. That was one of the things that kind of gave them an edge over Nintendo, which didn't have a lot of celebrity endorsement, as far as I know. I would have to really go back into the archives and look to see like who they worked with back in the day. Let's get to S. Okay, we're in the S section. I see Shinobi 3. Pretty sure there's a bunch of others. Like, again, like quarter pages for some of these games. I would not do that. I would give like half a page or a full page. So like, you know, Shining Force, another one. Shaq Fu deserves a quarter of a page. Look at this garbage in here. Look at that Shaq Fu garbage. Oh my god. Look at even the screenshot looks like garbage. No, I'm just playing. But still, that's a game I would give a quarter of a page to. This is like, yo, this game is trash. But like Shining Force or Shinobi 3, I would give like a half a page or a full page. But where's Sonic? It's like, here we go. We got the Sonic games. So Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, all half a page. I would still give Sonic the Hedgehog a full page, but that's just my thing because of how important it is. Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles get a half page, which is cool. Sonic 3, you could have had a better screenshot. I'm just saying. You could have put like Angel Island or something. But again, I'm being a little picky there, goofing around. Same thing with Sonic and Knuckles. We get to see Knuckles there, which is pretty cool. But as far as any of this other stuff, look, Maximum Carnage. I'm trying to skim through. You know which one? Now I think about it, let's go back to M. I was going to say Mortal Kombat. That one better have a half page. I'm just saying. Better have a quarter page from Mortal Kombat? Come on, son. Mortal Kombat 2? Those games are significantly important to the history of the Genesis, especially with the formation of the ESRB. Like, I can understand Mortal Kombat 3 and maybe Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 at the end of this, but come on, Mortal Kombat? Huge deal for the Genesis. Should have given that a full page, but I digress. Let's go to U to see if Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 probably got the same treatment, right? I bet you they got the same thing. Same thing, Streets of Rage 1 and 2, half page. Streets of Rage 3 should have been in there. Strider should have gotten a half page. I know I'm being nitpicky, and I'm kind of just like, you know, poking at it a little bit, but still, that's just my own little nitpicks, my own little opinions here. STU, hold on, I gotta go to a little bit further down. U, where's Ultimate Mortal? Yeah, look at that, quarter of a page, like that. But anyway, let's go over here. This is the other section I want to show you guys before we end the video. Okay, now we get to the Mega CD and the 32X. So this is the first bonus section, which includes some stuff for the Mega CD or the Sega CD. Now, one thing I will say that I've noticed that's not really been in here, a lot of promo material, like pretty much that we saw at the beginning of the book, but like a little bit more. I would love to see like an end section here towards the back before this, like Sega CD stuff. I would have loved to see like maybe like a compilation of like advertisements and promos like this, like these posters. Why not have a little bit more of this in different sections of the book? Like after the Genesis section or the Mega Drive section, show a couple of those between North America, Japan, and Europe. Same thing with this. Like, it would have been nice to see stuff like that, because that's what we get in the Geeks Link publishing books that I have that I mentioned before. Because that stuff is really cool. That's the type of stuff you don't get to see as often as you would probably like. But anyway, overall, and that's the end of the book, which is all the 32X. And wow, that's very little 32X games. Now looking at it, in comparison to the rest of the library of the Genesis and the Sega CD, very slim. Granted, I know there wasn't a lot like really put out here, especially in North America, but I was expecting more than that, to be honest with you, but I digress. So anyway, there's an index in here that kind of marks off a bunch of the different games. It tells you exactly where to find them. And I don't think there's much of anything else in here, right? Yeah, I think that might be about it. I just want to make sure it's like no other extra stuff here. Yeah, that's about it. So overall, as far as like a companion, a companion piece or a companion book to have within your collection, if you collect different types of like, you know, books that are about game consoles and stuff, this is a nice little addition to it. But is it a must-own book if you're a big Genesis fan? Probably not. There's probably other books and other things that you probably have in your collection that might be a little bit better than this. Again, debatable, very subjective. But as far as the quality of the book, I still think it's pretty good. But do you need to run out to the store or run out to Amazon to get it? Probably not. Anyway, that's just my thoughts about Chris Scullion's the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Encyclopedia. Let me know your own thoughts about this down below in the comment section. Leave me a like on this video, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hey, check it out. Check out the screenshots there. I actually will admit the covers is pretty nice, even though the screenshots are fairly small. I would have actually put maybe another screenshot or made things a little bit bigger to kind of fill up some of the space, but that's, you know, my own opinion. Anyway, talk to me about that stuff down below in the comments section, and I will see you guys again very soon. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody. Hey, thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it enough to check out some of my other videos I'll list here on the side in just a moment. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel to see new content that I post up as it goes out. You can also join my Patreon for early access to new videos and exclusive content you'll only see over there. Don't forget to join my Discord server via the link in the description too. There's a lot of great people who love gaming and make an amazing community in there that I know you'll love being part of. Hope to see you again real soon. Peace out and stay epic, everyone.